Hello. Hello. This feels weird. This feels weird. It's it's nice to be back. It's nice to be back. It feels weird to be back. Well, I don't want to say back. Strike that word from the record. Strike that word for the record. I don't want to say I'm back in the sense of like starting up, keeping up with stuff again. Maybe, but I don't want to say that. But we're back for today at least. We're back for today at least. This is something I've wanted to do something like this literally my entire life. And it was like a big goal of mine. I don't know if I ever mentioned it. I probably did, knowing me, and forgot. But it was a big goal of mine this year that I wanted to create a 2023 in retrospect videos, like 2023 in retrospect in my life videos, and just like talk about my year and my life and everything, because I just like it. I really enjoy watching those kind of videos from other people, so I wanted to make one for myself. And that was one of my driving factors in, if you follow me on Twitter, which you should, not that I ever post on there, but it would make me feel cool. I'd like it. I'd feel like a cool person if you followed me on Twitter. And I guess this is realistically like the best argument to follow me on Twitter. If you don't know, I do reviews for every piece of media I intake throughout the year. So there was 97 last year. I'd say every, that's a lie. There's probably about like 10 things I took last year for media that didn't end up going on the list on my review, simply just because I didn't do it. But they're on here. Like, for example, Super Hot and Luck Be a Landlord. I normally like to put stuff on there once I finish it, or once like I am done playing it, which is also why Elden Ring's on here. On this list. For my Twitter list, that's what I like to do. But for games I didn't finish, or I haven't finished yet, like Elden Ring, I haven't finished it yet. I haven't finished Elden Ring yet, but I'm very, very close. But I played quite a lot of it last year, so I can definitely have a solid opinion on Elden Ring. Or like GoldenEye. I was really enjoying GoldenEye, and I just never finished it, so yeah. But not to spoil too much. But I think we have 66 games here. 66 games here. If you're here and you know of a game that I played that I'm forgetting, let me know. I'm not counting stuff like we played, like when we did the FNAF games. We played through like a little bit of them, but we didn't really finish them. I'm not considering something like that I played for like 10 minutes, 20 minutes or so. Gotta have a solid chunk at the very least to be able to make it on here. But yeah, if there's something I forgot that's not on this list, please do mention it to me, because I don't want to forget, and my memory sucks. Afreen. Hello. Some of my favorite games, regardless of issues. I'm glad you played it. It looks like this one, right? Oh, you can't see my mouse. I thought I set it to see my mouse. I want to see my mouse. Oh, that's not what I want. Forgot Gibblemon. One thing that we need to keep an eye out for. One of my... Capture cursor. Huh. It says it's capturing my cursor, but it's not. Okay, but... Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah. Oh, that's... No, that's not Borderlands 2 spot. It was just saying, this is the game you're talking about. I know. Let's see if it happens. But one of my goals this year was to play through 10 games. Play 10 games that I've been meaning to play or finish or something along those lines for a very long time, or replay, and I just hadn't. My goal for last year was to do 10 of those. That was one of my one of my resolutions. So let's see if I hit that. Not entirely sure, but I did get a good amount of them. But yeah, we'll start off here. I don't know where it is, but I'm not going to go through like the order I played everything this year, but I do want to start off with the very first game that I played this year, which was Resident Evil 3. Can I have this? Thank you. Resident Evil 3 is... Fae Farm? Yeah, I would. I'd play... Yeah, no, I'd play Fae Farm with you. I've seen it played. No, I've seen it played. That one YouTuber, List the Last, I showed you that I like. She played it. It's one of those things where it has next to no interest for me, but like sitting on the couch playing together, watching something, I have a lot of interest in that. I wouldn't, yeah, I wouldn't touch it on my own, but like me and you playing together, absolutely, absolutely. But also the tiers, one of the best. I had originally had this as new favorite, but there's games in this list that are some of my favorite games, that have been some of my favorite games for a while that I play in this year. Again, so obviously they're going to go up there, and they're not a new favorite, so that didn't work. So just the best. Excellent, great, good, fine, I guess, and you should be ashamed. Yeah. But Resident Evil 3. Resident Evil 3. Resident Evil 3 is fine, I guess. Like, it's really disappointing. It's really disappointing. Resident Evil 3 actually upsets me quite a lot. It upsets me quite a lot. And that's just because of the missed potential of it. And, like, that's something I'm thinking about more and more, like, as an adult, as I get older, is just, like, the missed potential of things, right? Like, it's not on here, obviously, because it's an anime. The new Scott Pilgrim anime that came out this year. I think it's fucking phenomenal. I loved it. I loved it. I think it's phenomenal. I think it is so incredibly good. But the thing is, it's a different take on the series. And we now, which is fine, it's great because of that. But, like, realistically now, we have the missed potential of just a straight adaptation of a Scott Pilgrim anime, which I think upsets a lot. Which I know upsets a lot of people. For me, I'd rather we have this unique interpretation. But we do, like, we probably, more than likely, will not get just, like, a straight adaptation of, like, an anime now, which is the missed potential. And the reason why that comes around to Resident Evil 3 here is because the game itself is fine. It's fine, right? If this was released as, like, a $30 thing, or, like, if this was released for, like, DLC for Resident Evil 2, it'd be fucking phenomenal. It'd be so good. It would be so incredibly good. But the thing is, it's not. It's a remake of Resident Evil 3 that cut out so much from the original game. And the missed potential now is that we're not going to get another Resident Evil 3 remake. I mean, maybe in like 50 years. But we're not going to get another Resident Evil 3 remake. Which sucks. That is easily the worst part about the game. Is that it just doesn't live up to what it should have been. Resident Evil 2 remake, phenomenal. Resident Evil 4 remake, phenomenal. I've heard nothing but good things about the Resident Evil 1 remake. And then they just rush this thing out. It upsets me a lot. It upsets me a lot. It's fine. It's fine. Amnesia up in the Cars 3 game is down from £50 to £4. That is wild. Hey, cat. Carlos is in it. No, that's what I mean, right? If Resident Evil 3 was just like a standalone DLC, just its own thing, it'd be great. It would be great. But the thing is, it's not. It's, it's a full $60 release, and it's fine. It's fine. Carlos is the best part about it, though. Carlos is the best part about it. Hey, Bri, the cutest guy alive. Hello. So, yeah, that's how I feel about Resident Evil 3. I actually played through. I mean, this isn't. I feel like this shouldn't surprise me. I played through 4 Resident Evil games this year. And I started a 5th one. But we'll get around to those later. I do want to talk about. Well, if the bot still works, I'm not entirely sure. Another horror game that disappointed me quite a lot. And if you follow me on Twitter, you'll know. That's not what I want. Well, I mean, okay, yeah, that's what I was. That is what I was building up to. That is what I was building up to. I do not like Amnesia the Bunker at all. I don't understand the hype behind the game in the slightest. I thought it was fucking awful. It's one of the few games. It's one of the few games on here. You'll see that, like, as we go through this, I mentioned it before. Most of the games on here, large majority of the games, I played to completion. Not completion. I played to beating them, like beating the main story at the very least. To be like, this is my opinion on this. I like to try and round something out before whatever. Oh God, I maybe played 3 hours of this. I don't even think we played that much. Me and Ellie played this for maybe an hour and a half. We played it for a bit of time. And it was one of the most frustrating experiences I had playing a game this year. Couldn't figure out what to do, couldn't find anything. Even with a guide, couldn't figure it out. And it was really, really bad. A really fun moment for me. Yeah, no, and like a really fun thing for me, I guess. Something I'll remember is I got to fight the developer of the game on Twitter this year because I said this game was broken, it didn't work, the monster never spawned, and I didn't tag the game or anything. I didn't like tag Amnesia the Bunker. No, it was like the 50th game deep on, or 50th thing deep on my list of things that I reviewed this year. The developer started arguing with me on my tweet. Very funny. Very funny. I can now say I've gotten in an argument with a game developer that didn't like my opinion on their game. But yeah, I really didn't like it. It upsets me quite a lot. I was really looking forward to it. And it did quite literally nothing. Also, Brad, I can't remember if I said hi. I think I did. If I didn't, hello. Hi. Hi. But yeah, Amnesia the Bunker, not good. I really didn't like it. Something I really did like, though, that was a really big surprise for me. And it popped out to me. It made me think of it because I saw Bri. And I really want to get on and play with Bri again. And I know it's here. I saw it a little bit ago. I am looking. There it is. My Hero Ultra Rumble. I think I'm going to put it into... You know what? I think by the end of the year, I'm going to put this in excellent. I'm going to put My Hero Ultra Rumble in excellent. I think if we're going straight at the game's launch, probably there. This game was a buggy, glitchy mess when it came out. It was a buggy, glitchy mess when it first came out. It barely worked. It was any issue you could imagine it having. Any and every issue you could possibly imagine it having. It was happening. It was awful. It was so bad. The thing is, the gameplay of this is so much fun. It's so much fun. It is easily my favorite Battle Royale. I love it. I have so much fun playing it. They fixed a lot of the bugs, a lot of the glitches. There's still a good amount, but it's not something where it feels like it's affecting me on a minute-to-minute gameplay basis anymore. And the thing is, I was willing to go through that because the game was so fun. The game itself was so much fun, and I've stuck with it. I really like it. I think it still has a long way to go. I can pretty confidently say it still has a long way to go. But I think they're on a really good path. They've introduced solo mode now, which I think is really fun. I'm really glad. But I really like it. I really, really like it. Highly recommend. It's free. It's a super cool twist in the Battle Royale. Instead of like picking up guns and weapons and such, you pick your character, so essentially your class, before you start the match. Then you just pick up like cards that essentially upgrade your like skills that you have as that class. I really, really like this game. Highly recommend it. It's free. Give it a try. A lot of fun. Can never say I've never played Fortnite, but I enjoyed Ultra Rumble. I've been playing Fortnite a bit recently with my little brother. Been having a good time. Lego Fortnite's fun. Yeah, no, the icons are hard to read. I'm trying my best, but yeah, My Hero Ultra Rumble, thank you. Resident Evil 3 and Amnesia the Bunker. Yeah, I really, really like My Hero. I really, really like My Hero Ultra Rumble. Highly recommend. Highly recommend. Near the end of the year, when things started going on sale for like Black Friday, Cyber Monday, holiday sales, and all that kind of stuff, I decided I really wanted to try and play some cozy games, like get some cozy games, because I was having a bit of like a hard time like justifying trying a lot of them, just because of the price tags. I knew they were short and just tight on money and everything. I had a hard time justifying it, even though I knew I'd probably enjoy them. But I, yeah, when things were going on sale for like holidays this year, I was like, you know what, I wanna play some cozy games. I wanna play some cozy games. And the first one I did was a short hike, and I really really liked a short hike. I really really liked a short hike. Um, I'm not like a cozy game expert. I haven't, like I said, I'm just now trying to get into like trying some more. My favorite is Donut County. Fucking love that game. Played that game for quite a long time, or quite a long time. It's a 2 hour game, but I love that game. I bought it at launch. Um, it's been meaning to replay it actually. But a short hike is it's a really nice cozy game. It's really chill. You know, just climbing up a mountain, and the character's really interesting. I'm not sure exactly how to talk about these kind of games, but like the vibes are immaculate. Um, it was just fun. It was just nice to kind of disconnect, go into like a nice simple world and just exist. Just exist. I like the short hike quite a lot. I like the short hike quite a lot. Ace Attorney Apollo Justice. Funnily enough, I replayed through this at the very beginning of last year, and maybe about a month after I finished it, I replayed it because after playing the Phoenix Wright trilogy that they re-released on Switch, when that came out, I was like, I want to play some more Ace Attorney, and I was waiting to see if they did an Apollo Justice one, and I was like, all right, I was like, I'm not seeing it. I'm just gonna get the game and play it. And I shit you not, maybe a week after I finished Apollo Justice, the Apollo Justice trilogy got announced, which comes out in 19 days. Very excited for that. So, I will be playing through the second and third game on that collection, but not the first one, since I just played through that this year. But Ace Attorney Apollo Justice is really good. I really like it. I'd say it's better than a short hike. I'd say it's better than a short hike. I don't know if I'm gonna be like ranking things in tiers for the entire time, but while we still got this like one game, it's pretty easy to differentiate which one I like more. But Apollo Justice is great. I definitely think the original trilogy is better, and I definitely think on a replay, it doesn't hold up as much as the original trilogy does. The original trilogy. So, if you don't know, I played Ace Attorney when I was younger. I played through the first four and Ace Attorney Investigations. So when I play through 5 and 6 with the collection at the end of the month, it'll be my first time playing through them. But I've played through every other Ace Attorney game before that. But the first three Ace Attorney games, I think, held up on replay a lot better than Apollo Justice did. I think Apollo Justice was really, really good on like its first playthrough, then definitely didn't hold up as much, even though that second playthrough was maybe probably like 10, 11, 12 years later. But if you haven't played Apollo Justice, you'll love it. It's great. It's great. The stories, the twists are awesome. Definitely play the original trilogy first. I definitely think the original trilogy is better, but Apollo Justice is still really, really good. Really, really good. Mali influenced you to play Mass Effect? It's definitely on the table. It's definitely on the table. I have some games that are games I want to finish that I want to play this year. Now I'll even grab them because I got quite a few of them over here. Kingdom Hearts, I really want to try and get a Steam Deck this year. Who knows? It's probably not going to happen financially, obviously, because still in the process of moving to the UK. But I really want to get a Steam Deck this year. And if I do, Birth by Sleep is definitely up there. Birth by Sleep. Yes. But yeah, I definitely have some games. I don't think there's much chance that I'm going to play. I would play all the Mass Effect games, but I think there's a chance I might play one this year. But I want to play through One Shot this year. I want to finish Neo: The World Ends With You. I want to play Metroid Prime Remaster. I want to finish Skyward Sword. I want to play Disco Elysium. I want to finish AI the Somnium Files. And I want to play through another Disgaea game. Because I didn't necessarily mean to, but I played through 2 Disgaea games this year. I finally finished for the first time. I started Disgaea 1 on DS as a kid, and I never finished it. I loved it as a kid. I started playing it again when this remake came out and never finished it. And I got it again for Switch this year, and I finally finished it. And after finishing it, I think Disgaea 1 is good. Such a build up. I think Disgaea 1's good. I think it's really, really, really heavily held up by its style. It is dripping. It is quite literally dripping in gothic style. And I love it. It's imagine Nightmare Before Christmas, Fire Emblem, but even more edgy. I think that's a great tagline. Nightmare Before Christmas, Fire Emblem, but even more edgy. I definitely recommend it if you haven't played it. It's fun. If you like tactical RPG games like Fire Emblem, you'll like Disgaea. I also played through the 4th one this year, which I also thought was good. I liked it. I like both of them. I think I like I think depending on when you ask me, I like one over the other. I think nostalgia-wise and character-wise, we're gonna go 1-4. I think I like one more. But they're both good. I had fun with them. I liked them. Definitely fun, you know? I wouldn't say rush out and play them, but they're fun. That's awesome. Very happy to hear that. Something you should rush out and play. Literally drop everything you're doing this second and go out and play. I have been meaning to play this game since it came out, and I am kicking myself for waiting so long, because within hours of starting this game, I was hooked, I was obsessed, and I still am. I think it is one of the best games ever. I think it's phenomenal. And I think Lisa, the Painful RPG, I just don't know how to put it into words. Oh my god. Lisa is so good. It's such a piece of artistry, and like the story and the world and Brad's journey, and I love Lisa the Painful RPG. I think it's incredible. I think it's incredible. You can ask Ellie. I wouldn't shut up about it for weeks. Um, I think the story, everything. Yeah, it's one of those. It's a very heavy game. It's a very, very, very heavy game. It's a very, very dark game. So if there's stuff where you feel like you need trigger warnings for, look up the trigger warnings on this game because it's very, very dark. Um, I think Lisa the Painful RPG is a masterpiece. Um, yeah, I think it's phenomenal. I think it's phenomenal. Loved it. Loved every second of it. I know I will play it many more times in my life. And, Thousand Year, it's going to sound like a really weird. It's one of the games. It's so incredibly drastically different from Paper Mario. Oh, I know what game I was forgetting on here. Okay. Okay. Let's get these put on there. I knew it. I knew it. Because I was about to say, as someone who plays most of the Paper Mario inspired games, like indie type games when they come out, Lisa the Painful RPG is one of the ones that like gave me the feeling of like playing Paper Mario again, of like just that fresh. I don't know how to put it into words. I've been masquerading as a video game reviewer quite a lot this year, but I think this proves that I cannot do that. But Lisa the Painful RPG, very, very good. Go play it. Loved it. Loved it. Loved it. Loved it. Loved it. And while we're here, we will put in Lisa the Joyful as well, which I think is great. I think Lisa the Joyful is great. I really, really liked it. I think it expands more on the original, offers a lot more to Buddy's story, who she is, and just how the events of the original game affect her. I wasn't expecting them to mix up the combat system. I don't like the combat as much as the first game, but I do respect quite a lot them mixing it up and trying something new. And the new thing is still good. I still liked it, just not as much as the original. But, you can't say an 8 out of 10 is bad just because it's not good as a 10 out of 10. Lisa the Joyful is still great. Highly recommend it. If you play Lisa the Painful and you like it, you absolutely play the sequel. Really good. Atomic Heart was fine, I guess. It's one of the few games I didn't finish this year. I feel like it should have been for me, but it wasn't for me. A lot of people, it was very heavily inspired by BioShock, which love BioShock. I was hearing quite a lot of people comparing it to BioShock, and like gameplay wise, I can see it. Man, it just didn't have fun. I was really, really bored. I was really, really bored. Just kind of dull. I don't really remember having much fun. Nothing, yeah. I will say the like upgrade station or whatever it is like, this isn't me like making a joke or anything. It is like a vending machine that is making sexual jokes and talking about how horny it is and how much it wants to fuck you. And it's quite literally just a vending machine. Not like a vending machine in the shape of this, a vending machine in the shape of that. No, a vending machine. Your hand also won't shut up. I didn't like Atomic Heart. But it worked. I think a lot of other people liked it, and I can see why other people liked it. I could see someone really enjoying this, but I like if you like the humor, if the humor works for you, I think you probably really enjoy it. The humor really didn't work for me. I didn't like it, but I don't think it's necessarily terrible. Or I don't think they should be ashamed about it. You haven't played Bioshock. Okay, Afreen. You saw this. This is what came up when I searched Chaos Afreen. Which you've changed your name, but obviously I didn't want to put up a picture of a random woman in reference to just be like, yeah, this is Afreen. Okay, where is this? Where's the sea? Where'd you go? Give me a second. I'm doing something funny here. Trust me, it's gonna be really funny. Oh my god, it's gonna be so much funny. This is what I think about that, Afraid. Like I said, that was really funny, right? Like so worth the build up, right? You need a pic? I mean, I could. If you want me to put a picture, if you want me to put like a picture of you, I can just go to Twitter, I guess. Oh, but you need to go play Bioshock. You need to go play Bioshock. You'll like them quite a lot. You'll like them quite a lot. Uh. But think of it like this, alright? Alright? While we're thinking of it, and speaking about Afreen, I like Borderlands 2. I like Borderlands 2. Yeah. Experience for the first time. That's true. Bioshock is fucking phenomenal. Oh, I love them. Love them. Excuse me. I didn't realize that was like right. I have my microphone pulled forward. I didn't realize that was like, it wasn't right in the microphone. It was like a side view, a side, like catching the strays of the burp. I'm sorry, everybody. Excuse me. I like Borderlands 2. I like Borderlands 2 quite a lot. Yeah, I think I'm happy. I think I'm happy with Borderlands 2 being the top of good. And like one thing I think that like held back Borderlands 2 for me quite a lot is there wasn't a character that I like grasped onto. You know, for me, like Borderlands 1, Lilith is my girl. I love that still into Borderlands 3. She plays such a big role in the series. But Lilith is still my favorite character in the series. She always has been since Borderlands 1. I played as her. I loved doing her siren stuff. But I love Lilith in the first one. No one really grabbed me in the second one, unfortunately. I ended up playing through Elevator's Creek, and I had fun, but I never really felt like super connected to Creek. And I'm playing through the third one right now, and I'm playing as Flack, the Beastmaster, and I really fucking like him. I really, really like him, and that's definitely holding up Borderlands 3 quite a lot for me. Which I'm using on this list, because I just started playing it like 4 days ago. But I don't know. No one grabbed me in Borderlands 2, and it makes me quite sad. Like, I would have liked to, like, I feel like I should be able to hold on to Krieg or the Macro Gage more, but yeah, I thought Borderlands 2 was pretty good. I really enjoyed a lot of it. I remember the last like chunk of the game really frustrating me though. I remember the last chunk of the game like really, really frustrating me though. So overall, I like Borderlands 2. I like Borderlands 2. I thought it was fun. Happy with that. Yeah. So, I don't think anyone's gonna recognize this. This is called Book of Mages Chaotic Edition. It is a old Flash game that I played when I was a kid that I could never beat, so I wanted to beat it this year. I was gonna like learn as much as I needed to beat it, and I played this so many times as a kid, not being able to beat it. I beat it on my first try. I thought it was good. You know, we have to consider perspective with what something is, right? Obviously, Resident Evil 3 is a better game than this. Obviously, Atomic Heart is a better game than this. Obviously, I like Efrain more as a person than this Flash game from 10 years ago. But we have to look at it in perspective. For what this is, you know, if we're judging this on being a Flash game, it's a good Flash game. I had fun with it. Like, the hour I spent playing this game, I had a pretty good time. You know, it's not a masterpiece. It's not anything that's going to change your life. I enjoyed the time I spent with this for an hour. And that was all I needed. I had a good time. There was apparently a sequel made to it. I never played the sequel as a kid. I found out when I was trying to find this game. But I'll play the sequel this year, because why not? I've been meaning to since I beat this. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. But I had fun with it. Why is that for me before I played? Yeah, I don't know why. That was one of the things, because I'm playing through. I'm at the where you first meet up with Maya on the third game right now. And I was thinking, I was like, why? Like, I feel like that should have been my character in the second one that I really latched onto, that I really liked. But yeah, Maya's never really done much for me. On things not doing much for me though. Florence. I really didn't like Florence. But I don't think I can put it in You Should Be Ashamed. It's only because of the name of the tier. I would not feel right about that. If we're going if we're going based off how much I enjoyed the game, just like purely, it'd be down here. I really didn't like Florence. But I wouldn't feel right. So doing it, Florence is staying at the very bottom of fine, I guess. Because the thing is, like, I do feel like a lot of love and a lot of care was put into this game. It feels like someone's work of art. And I can respect that quite a lot, especially in the video game industry, especially with other games on this list. I can respect that quite a lot. I just really didn't like that piece of art. If we're just talking about visuals, I think the visuals in Florence are awesome. I think they're great. I think they're really nice. They're really soothing. They're really pleasing. But, like, I didn't like the story of Florence. Yeah, I didn't like the story of Florence. Let me summarize it in a sentence. Girl stops... This person stops doing art because they lost interest in it. They start dating someone who plays music, and they get along really well, and he inspires her to do art again. And then they break up, and then she still does art. And, like, the message is good. I do like the message of, like, you know, you can, like, keep the positives that people bring into your life even if they're not in your life anymore. You know, just because she broke up with his boyfriend doesn't mean that she should stop doing art. You know, I like the message. I don't like the way it's told. It feels very... I don't like it. The gameplay is also super, super repetitive, despite the game only being set half an hour. Unfortunately. Yeah, I really didn't like Florence. It upsets me quite a lot. That was one of, like, the cozy games I had gotten. And, like, it's not a cozy game. It's just, like, an art game. I didn't like Florence. Unfortunately, I really didn't like Florence. Another indie game that I did not like. Yeah, we'll do this one. Then we'll go on to something. No. We'll go with an indie game I really, really like. This is one of my favorite games of all time. favorite games of all time. I cannot stress that enough. Of all time. And I got the collector's edition for it. I have played this game many, many times. And I am so excited that I can say with full confidence and full certainty that Smile for me is one of the best art book. Delectable, so tasty, so good. Collector's edition, so tasty, so good. I love Smile for me. From the literal second I first played it, a bit over 3 years ago now, I believe, I've loved it. Every time I've replayed it, made me like it even more. I think the art style in Smile for me, simply astounding. I think the uniqueness for Smile for me, simply astounding. It's just such a natural piece of art that you can tell had love and cared poured into literally every single part of it. I love Smile for me. I cannot recommend it enough. It's such a fun, unique experience that you cannot play anything like, and I cannot wait, and I really, really hope that Great God Grove comes out this year. If not, Limbo Lane, take your time. Y'all deserve all the time you need to make it as best as possible and not to stress yourselves out too much. I love Smile for me. One of my favorite games. Love it so, 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 so much. Yeah. The Braveland trilogy was fine, I guess. We'll put you here. I don't know why I forced myself to play through this. I really don't. I think these were like Flash games too that were like ported to console. I wouldn't really recommend it. It's super, super repetitive battles. It's the most linear, grindy RPG. I don't know why I made myself play through them. I'm probably gonna play through Spaceland this year. I don't know. I don't know. But let's count up how many times I've said "but" this stream. 5. If you think it's been more than 5, that's cool. I'm happy for you. I'm glad that's what you think. Kirby's Return to Dreamland was excellent. I like my hair all tremble. Kirby's Return to Dreamland was excellent. Loved it. I played it back when it came out in the Wii with my mom. Me and my mom used to play a lot of 2D platformers, like the Wii generation. We played pretty much every 2D platformer. Not every 2D platformer, but like the main ones, you know, Mario, Kirby. Yeah, Donkey Kong. Together. But I 100%ed it this year. Enjoyed it. Had a lot of fun. The Merry Magoland was a lot better than I was expecting. And I really enjoyed Kirby's Return to Dreamland. Another game I enjoyed quite a lot this year was Pikmin 4. Waited so long for Pikmin 4, and it paid off. I think Pikmin 4 is great. I think it's great. I think it's a. I'm not gonna obviously I'm not complaining. I guess I am complaining. I'm not complaining loudly because I still have it at the top of excellent. I think Pikmin 4 is great. I think it's way too easy. I think it's way too easy. I think they have just been making the Pikmin games easier and easier and easier. I don't like that. Yeah, that's my main complaint about it. I think Pikmin 4 is too easy. It's really streamlined now as well. Not like gameplay wise, because you have like these huge areas. Yeah, I really like Pikmin 4. Highly recommend it. Definitely worth the wait. Pikmin 5 is like Pikmin 4. I'm not going to complain, I prefer Pikmin 1, which is why that is going at the bottom of one of the best. I like the older Pikmin games more, just because I like the more isolated feeling that comes with them. Pikmin 4, you have this entire like base camp in it. Yeah, but obviously, still not complaining. I think Pikmin 4 is great. Really happy with it. I had fun the entire time I played it, just like the originals more. I don't know what the fuck Breeder Homegrown was meant to be, but god damn, it was fucking terrible. It was fucking terrible. It's like a horror game. I think it's meant to be a horror game, like an RPG Maker horror game. Fucking terrible. You're an old man going back through memories. It wasn't good. It was fucking terrible. It was so bad. Oh. Yeah, I don't have anything to say. Like it's just bad crap. It looks like shit. The story's stupid. Like, think of a complaint for a game. It didn't crash. Cheers to Breeder Homegrown. As far as I remember, it didn't crash on me. So, this year, near the end of the year, really, I got into a hole where I decided. I didn't really decide. I meant to play through Dishonored 1. And then I finished Dishonored 1. Decided I wanted to play Dishonored 2. Finished Dishonored 2. Decided I wanted to play Death of the Outsider. Finished Death of the Outsider. Went back to play the DLC for Dishonored 1. Oh, and what do I think about Dishonored? I think Dishonored 1 is one of the best. I think Dishonored 2 is great. And I think Dishonored Death of the Outsider is fine, I guess. I really like the Dishonored series, though. I really, really like the Dishonored series. Dishonored 1, I think, is a masterpiece. Like, I played through Dishonored 1 when it first came out, and I really enjoyed it. And, like, I think about it from time to time, but I never really went back to it. And while last time I was in Scotland, me and Ellie were at a friend's, and she was playing Dishonored. I believe it was Death of the Outsider. It just got me in the mood to play through Dishonored again. It really got me in the mood to play through Dishonored again. So I originally just planned on playing through the first one, and I played through the first one. So me and Ellie are planning on going back and playing through Dishonored stealth. At least the first two, because I'm not sure if I want to play Death of the Outsider again, because I played through that twice now. And I just killed everyone and everything I saw when I played through Dishonored this time, because next time I'm going stealth. And God, they're just so good. Dishonored 1 is immaculate. I think the story with the Outsider and Emily and Corvo and the environments and this and that and literally everything about Dishonored 1. I think Dishonored 1 is fucking perfect. Like, genuinely. I think it's one of the few examples where you can say, like, a game is perfect. Dishonored 1 is fucking phenomenal. If you haven't played it, I think it's at most $10 normally on Steam. It's one of those that goes on sale for like $2, like once a month. So if you haven't played Dishonored yet, that is like my massive like recommendation of this, like one of my massive ones. Wait till Dishonored's on sale for $2. Pick it up. You'll have a phenomenal weekend. It's so good. It is so, so good. Yo, Chris, my guy. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. I hope your runs treated you a bit nicer after I left. But it's a great list. I think it's a great list. We still have... Oh, y'all can see the entire list on the screen now. Well. But yeah, Dishonored 1's great. I like Dishonored 2 quite a lot. I still enjoy Dishonored 2 quite a lot. I think the more enclosed environments, the first one was more enclosed, and I like that a lot more than the like very open environments of the second one. But I still think the second one was quite good. I like the powers in the first one more compared to the second one, but the second one was still really, really good. Still really, really good. Wrapped it up with a headache. Oh, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. That time, like, coming back to shake off the rust after speedrunning, blows. It sucks. It's rough. I did not like Death of the Outsider, like, at all. I don't know. It just, like, it just didn't very feel well designed to me. It didn't feel enjoyable. Killed a lot. Yep. Yeah, I don't like Death of the Outsider. I don't like Death of the Outsider. That's it. Yeah. Highly recommend Dishonored 1. Like, legitimately, start this game tonight. You probably pay $10 for it. Fucking phenomenal. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. I think it's genuinely a game pretty much anyone who's in this chat would enjoy. Love it. Brotato. If you played Vampire Survivors, it's quite a lot like Vampire Survivors, except it's like an enclosed arena. I like Brotato quite a lot. I think it's great. I'll put it at the bottom of great, though. It's just fun. It's just a closed-in arena thing. You build up upgrades. That's pretty much it. It's Vampire Survivors, but just like a little arena. Had quite a lot of fun with it. I go back to it every, like, couple of weeks. I'll play it for like a couple of hours, and then I'll put it down, and I'll come back a couple of weeks later. Really like Brotato. Really like Brotato. One that surprised me quite a lot this year is when 007 came to the NSO. I decided I wanted to play it because I never, like, I had played it here and there, like occasionally doing the multiplayer with people. Like, I didn't really grow up with it. I grew up with the James Bond game that was on GameCube. You know, I'm a GameCube kid. So I decided I want to play 007 this year. And I was like, I'm probably not going to enjoy it all that much because, you know, like just the controls, right? Going back to something that doesn't have like dual analog controls and all that kind of stuff. But the thing is, I gotta say, as someone who really played GoldenEye for the first time in 2023, I thought it was great. I really, really enjoyed GoldenEye. Put it above Dishonored 2. Put it below Dishonored 2. I really, really enjoyed GoldenEye, and there is no nostalgia at this at all. You know, I played it for the first time in 2023, and I really enjoyed it. I think there were certain missions that were fucking ass. Like the train mission drove me insane. The train mission drove me insane. But overall, I had a lot of fun with GoldenEye. I had a lot more fun with GoldenEye than I thought I was going to. And yeah, it absolutely deserved like the stranglehold on FPS as it had for a while. Very fun game. Very fun game. I enjoyed it quite a lot. It was smoother than I was expecting to. Yeah, no, GoldenEye, pretty cool. Pretty cool. I liked it. Luck Be a Landlord is one that was not on... GoldenEye wasn't on my list either, because I never actually ended up finishing it. My NSO expired for the N64, and I haven't renewed that part of it yet, so I never ended up finishing GoldenEye. That's why it was never like an actual review this last year. But... see, I said but again, make sure you count that. Luck Be a Landlord is really fun. It's really fun. It is a roguelike slot machine. Yep. It's a roguelike slot machine. You can buy symbols to put on your slot machines. The symbols work in different ways together. You have to earn a certain amount of money to be able to, like, not get evicted. Luck Be a Landlord is really, really fun. I think the concept's great. I think the way it works is great. I really, really like it. I think for the enjoyment I get out of it, I'll put it there. For what it is, I don't think it could be better. But I don't think I want to put it above anything else. It's above it. I really, really like this. I really, really like this. Never been a gambler. You know, I worked in a casino for almost 5 years. Well, a lot of you first met me, I was working in a casino. Not a gambler. Sometimes I do get those tendencies to be like, I just want to click a button and watch symbols twirl. And what I do, Luck Be a Landlord, is the perfect thing for that. It's quite a lot of fun. Let's grab... oh, we haven't... let's do let's do, what do I want to do? I want to grab FNAF Ruin. I don't... Security Breach is super weird for me. Security Breach is really weird for me. I don't like Security Breach. I don't. But, like, I've been into FNAF since the day it came out. I was going to say quite literally. I've been into FNAF since the first week it came out. I played the first FNAF before it was even on Steam. I have always loved FNAF. And so, like, I don't like Security Breach, but it's such a weird feeling for me because it's like I want to like it. I like the ideas of it. I like it for being FNAF. It's like one of my major hyperfixations in life. But the thing is, Ruin is actually good. Ruin is actually pretty good. Do I think... No, Ruin's not... Nah. Ruin can go below Borderlands 2. Ruin can go below Borderlands 2. Ruin's fucking great. Well, it's not... Okay, that's an exaggeration. From the base it came from. Ruin is fucking great. Ruin's a lot of fun. For being a free DLC on a game that barely works. Ruin isn't all that scary, to be honest. There's a couple of like, ha! Moments in it, getting you to jump. But it's just fun to play through. Getting more to the characters. I like Ruin. If you have Security Breach and you haven't played Ruin yet because you like Security Breach, blows. Give Ruin a try. It's not going to change your world or anything, but it's quite fun. Speaking about things that are quite fun, we'll grab My Friendly Neighborhood, which I thought was excellent. Yeah, I thought My Friendly Neighborhood was excellent. Like, the more I think about it, in retrospect, the more I like it. The long and short of it is Resident Evil meets Sesame Street. And that is pretty accurate. It's surprising how scared... It's not terrifying. My Friendly Neighborhood's not going to give you nightmares at night or anything, obviously. But it's really surprising how much it's able to be eerie with puppets. Like, every enemy in the game is a puppet. And they're very clearly puppets. But it's really good. It's really, really good. I think the price tag's a bit too high on it. Because it's shorter than I'd like it to be. But if you consider it more from the end of, it was two people that made this game, price tag becomes a lot more understandable. Because there is AAA games that are, like if we compare it to Resident Evil 3, it's longer than Resident Evil 3. It's like twice as long as Resident Evil 3 and half the price. So, I'm not going to get on it too much for the price, especially when it's made by two people. But yeah, I wish it was a bit longer, is my main thing. But, it's not like a massive thing to hold against it. I really like My Friendly Neighborhood. I really, really like My Friendly Neighborhood. I am very excited to see whatever they do next. Take all the time you need, take a break, you've earned it. But whatever their next project is, I think it's the Samaki... I can't pronounce their names. But it's really good game. Highly recommend it. I highly recommend My Friendly Neighborhood. If you like horror games, if you like survival horror games, it's a really unique one. It's really fun. But, speaking about siblings that make, quote unquote, horror games, we have Garten of Banban 1. Garten of Banban 2. And Garten of Banban 3. So theoretically, the lowest one is the lowest spot. Oh, Jesus Christ. What is there to say about Garten of Banban? They're fucking awful. In reality, that's all there is to say about Garten of Banban. They're fucking awful. No, they're so bad. But, like, so many people have said how bad they are. But the thing is, at least for me, I think this is for a lot of people, the first and second one were, like, fucking terrible. But they were so bad they were enjoyable to an extent. I genuinely had fun with the first and the second one just because of how bad they were, because of how broken they were. You know, it was like watching an absolutely terrible movie just making fun of the games. And I wasn't an ironic Garten of Banban fan. But no, I was an ironic Garten of fan, if you will, with the first two games. The third one is fucking terrible. This straight cut and paste sections from the second one into it. Yeah, the third one, it was awful. I hated the third one. Oh my god. There was not an enjoyable second in the third one, like, at all. I have been meaning to go on to play the rest of the series, but I cannot say I have. I've had a hard time talking myself into it. I've had a very hard time talking myself into it. Something I did not have to talk myself into, though, was Super Mario 64. I always get, like, such a strong craving to play Super Mario 64 whenever I'm drunk. Don't know why. Like, whenever I'm drunk, there's like a 50% chance I'm like, I want to play some Mario 64. I just want to do a quick run of Mario 64. And so, one of the times I got drunk this year, I did a quick run of Mario 64. And you know, Mario 64 is great. Mario 64 is great. I will do this. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, Mario 64 is great. I mean, it's another one. What am I meant to say about Mario 64? Woohoo! You know, it's another one I didn't grow up with. I didn't play Mario 64 until I played on the Retro Virtual Console for the Wii U. I didn't like it. I played it again later. I thought it was fun. And I kept on playing it. I started learning the speedrunning for it, you know. Like, speedrunning the game, to me, makes it fun. I'm sure if I had played it, like, when it came out, I would have a lot more fun with it. I, you know, have nostalgia and everything. I think it was great and everything revolutionary, which it is. But since I played it so much later, and, like, other revolutions and, like, innovations and stuff have been made that aren't, I don't know. I don't have to explain it. I like Mario 64. I think it's really fun. Speedrunning it definitely makes it more fun with me. It makes it more fun for me. You know, I'm not a good speedrunner or anything. Very, quite bad. You know, I can do basic tricks and such. But I have fun with it. Hey, I feel like I just saw you. I think so too. It wasn't too long ago. I think Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga was good. I think it's good. I think this game's really overrated. I think, yeah, Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga, I think it's really overrated. I'd never finished it before this year. I had played it a couple of times, and when it came to NSO this year, I was like, yes, nope, awesome, perfect opportunity, playing through the entire thing. And I did, and I had fun for a lot of it, but a lot of it just fucking dragged. There's way too many mini-games in this game. I feel like I'm drowning in mini-games. The amount of times you get lost is, or at least I got lost. I had fun with it. Cackleta's, I meant to say Fawful. Fawful's phenomenal. Cackleta's real cool. I think the game's good. I think it's, you know, a good start to the Mario & Luigi RPG series, but I think it's ultimately just good. Quite like... What else is just good? I would say that... Oh, there's nothing... Okay. We're just going to go on a list. I think Homebody is fine, I guess. I really wish I liked Homebody a lot more than I did. I think the concept's really cool. It's a, oh, what's it called? Groundhog Day situation where you keep on getting killed by a serial killer, and you're trying to figure out a way to get through, like, to escape this house and escape this environment that you're stuck in. Escape, you know, dying. Groundhog Day. The concept's cool. It's really big callback to like PS1 style horror games like Silent Hill, with like the fixed camera angles, and like the original Resident Evil and stuff. I think people who like that kind of stuff will really like it. I think some of the puzzles are a bit too obscure. I think some of the puzzles require too much on like pinpoint timing. I think some of the puzzles require too much you going from one fucking side of the house to the other side of the house that takes so long. I think it had a lot of little issues for me that just kept on adding up. A lot of little issues, a lot of little annoyances that just kept on adding up and 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 adding up. Just kind of frustrate me. And I feel quite similar, pretty much the same way about Born of Bread, which upsets me. I want you to go at the top of fine, I guess. I'm really upset with Born of Bread. I think it started off really good, and it just pretty steadily went downhill from there. When I say steadily downhill, I don't mean like a steep, like, went like plummet, but like just a, like a gradual but steady decline for the rest of the game. And I haven't played it yet. Or I haven't played it yet. I haven't finished it yet. I'm very close to the ending. It'll probably be the first one on, or not the first game, but it'll definitely be one of the first ones on my 2024 list. So y'all are getting a sneak peek here. I really wish I liked it more. It has so, like, the menu UI is awful. This game should have had like 6 more months of development. It should have had like 6 more months of development. Maybe if this was like the early access and they're still like ironing stuff out, I'd have a lot of hope for this game. But the menu UI sucks. You can't see where you're going most of the time. There's like, imagine this, like the camera like is is directly behind your character, right? But there'll be something behind the camera you can't see, and that's how you're supposed to progress. There's a lot of that in the game. A lot of it feels very samey. You get over-leveled really easily, and I haven't done most of the side quests. I'm over-leveled. I think the game looks gorgeous. I think a lot of the dialogue is pretty cool. I really enjoy a lot of the dialogue. I wish it was a lot better. If they released like a massive patch in 6 months and fixed all this stuff, honestly, probably go up to excellent. But the issues are so numerous that it affects my gameplay on like pretty consistent basis. Like pretty much from the time I start playing the game for the night to the end of I'm playing the game for the night, it's just issues and bugs, and not necessarily bugs, but just oversights, and like you have to go into your menu to switch your partners when the D-pad doesn't do anything and you have 4 partners. Why is each one of them not assigned to the D-pad? Or just a quick change option? This is very heavily and clearly inspired by the Thousand Year Door, which is great. But imagine the Thousand Year Door or Paper Mario without the ability to quick change your partners, having to go to the menu every single time. There is 4 partners. And on a D-pad, there is 4 buttons. The game doesn't use the D-pad. Put it there. I want Born of Bread to be so much better. I want Born of Bread to be so much better. Gator Mulligan Chaos. I thought Little Gator Game was excellent. Little Gator Game was so good. It was so good. I understand the hype behind it. It is the coziest just happiest environment to exist in for a couple of hours. I really like Little Gator Game. The only thing that really holds it back for me is I think the price is a bit. I mean, nah, I'm being too harsh. Little Gator Game's great. If Little Gator Game looks like fun to you, you'll love it. You'll love it. Watch like a minute of gameplay and you'll look at it and you'll be like, yeah, I'll like this. Or you'll be like, no, I won't like this. But if it looks like you'll like it, you'll like it. It absolutely lived up to all the hype. It absolutely lived up to all the hype. Another game that I thought lived up to all the hype was GTA 5. I do not know why it took me until 2023 to play through GTA 5, but it did, and I am so glad that I finally played through it. So good. So good. I loved the characters. I loved the gameplay. What else is there? GTA 5 was a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I am absolutely a GTA fan now. I will be buying GTA 6 the day it comes out. Rip the $70 from my wallet. But if you somehow haven't played through GTA 5 as a single player experience, it is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. It was, to be straight up honest, there was quite a few nights where I drank a good amount and played GTA 5 for like 5 hours. And they were great nights. Rounds. I think Rounds is really good. Probably put it right here. I think Rounds is really good. It's a really fun like roguelike multiplayer game. Like it's just you versus someone else, or you versus 2 or 3 other people. You know, it's just a little arena game fighter. You know, you lose, you get an upgrade. You go on to the next round. Rounds is a lot of fun. I highly recommend it. If you ever have like a game night or something coming up, looking for a game to play with people, Rounds is really fun. With that as well, Stick Fight is also really fun. I think Rounds is a bit better. But it's the same thing. It's not a roguelike, but it's just a simple, fun, casual multiplayer game. If you got people to play games with, people that want to do some, it's online too, obviously, but just you fight as stick people. You attack each other. Very fun. Very fun. It's impressive how games you play. My work schedule limits my gameplay. Understandable. I think like right now, besides work, I got literally nothing else going on in my life. I'm sitting around quite a lot just waiting for my visa and stuff right now. So if I'm not working, I'm kind of just sitting at home and don't really have much else to do right now. It's surprising to say I took a 3-day vacation this week and didn't work out. Hey, yo, if you need that 3-day vacation, you earned it. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you are enjoying it. Anything exciting for your 3 days? I've been in the process of moving to Scotland for about 1.5 to 2 years now. It's been a very long process. Speaking about a long process, but in the best possible way, we have Elden Ring. Oh, Elden Ring's so good. I never ended up finishing it when I first played it, simply because that's when I first started moving to Scotland. And I had so much stress and everything in my normal life. I was so stressed out. I was so fatigued. I was so tired and everything. That I ended up putting Elden Ring on the backlog. I just didn't finish it. I had too much stress in my normal life that I didn't want the stress from playing Elden Ring. Even though it's great, very stressful game. So like I just said, I've been sitting around quite a lot. I have been stepping back. As y'all have noticed, I haven't streamed or done content for a while. I've really just been focusing on myself a lot lately, And I guess one of those things of focusing on myself is playing Elden Ring. Because I've been doing that quite a lot. Really, really good. Really, really good. I've been having increasing... That's the appeal. It's where my fiance lives. It's where my fiance lives. Ever since the first time I went and visited her. Going on 3 years ago now. Loved it there. Love Scotland. Beautiful country. Much better than the US of A. But Elden Ring's great. Elden Ring's great. I'm very, very close to the ending right now. I've been having increasing issues with the lock-on system as the game's been going on, where it just doesn't want to work a lot of the times. Also, I had a really fun thing where I felt like I was going crazy because I was pressing the X button on my controller, and it wasn't working. I was pushing the X button on my controller, and it wasn't working, but I was only doing it like half the time, and I was like, I swear to God, I feel like I'm pushing the button, it's not working. I swear to God, I feel like I'm pushing the button, it's not working. And I was like, no, I can't. I was like, no, I'm Johnny. I can't be saying that. I'm like, no, of course the button's working, blah, blah, whatever. No, the button wasn't working. I was facing a boss and I kept getting frustrated and whatever. The X button stopped working entirely, and so did the left bumper. So I was like, huh. Well, I guess I can actually say that the controller wasn't working. I guess I could actually say the controller wasn't working. It was causing me to die for at least like maybe 5% of the deaths against that boss. But Elden Ring's great. Oh my God, it's hard. Oh my God, it's hard. But that's the appeal, is overcoming the challenge. And I'm very close to the end. I'm hoping to finish it this month. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Wait until I'm in like a mood to sit down and like really grind it, because I'm at like a tough boss and I have to be able to get this tough boss to get to the last area of the game. Obviously, it's all hard from there. Elden Ring is great. Suka Game. I think Suka Game's really, really good. Yeah, I think it's really, really good. I don't understand the hate behind the game. I think it's kind of stupid to hate the game. To me, it's like a modern day Tetris. It's like hating Tetris. Cool, it's popular. It's a new popular puzzle game. It's $3. I think Suka Game's really fun. I think it's really fun. You know, it's a puzzle game. It's like the new Tetris to me. I like Tetris more. Obviously, I'm a Tetris boy. But I think Suka Game's really, really fun. I think it's kind of silly to hate on the game. It's really simple. It's really fun. Good puzzle game. There's a reason why so many people like it. Klonoa. I think the first Klonoa was quite good. This is for like the Fantasy Reverie. I only played the first one, so this is only counting towards like Klonoa 1. I just didn't feel like hunting for an image for Klonoa 1. I thought it was really cute. I think the graphics, the vibes, the atmosphere, and everything about Klonoa were really, really nice. The grabbing enemies to jump to get higher was really interesting. I think it was a bit too short. I think the level design was a bit too frustrating at times. You can tell it's like, you know, an old PS1 platformer. But overall, I really liked Klonoa. I can see why, if it's like, you know, I've heard a lot of good things about Klonoa throughout the years. Like, especially if I grew up with this game, I'd fucking love it. If I played this when it first came out, fucking love it. You know, playing in 2023, I really liked it. I thought it was quite good. But an old 2.5D, an old 2D platformer that I adore is Super Mario Land 2: The Golden Coins. It is my favorite Mario platformer. My favorite 2D one, but also just in general. I really, really like it. I think it is the most creative 2D Mario game. Sorry, Mario Wonder. I think it's the most creative 2D Mario game. I think the power-ups, super fun. Levels, super fun. I really like Mario Land 2. I don't have a single complaint about this game. There's a level in Mario's nutsack. What else could you want? Mario Wonder was also really, really good. I'd probably put you there. Yeah. Mario Wonder is really, really good. I think it deserves most of the hype it's gotten. I don't think it deserves all the hype it's gotten, but I think it's deserved most of it. I think 2D Mario getting back to a place where it's something new. Ha ha ha. It's not new anymore. It's really good. The new series stagnated Mario for so long, especially 2D Mario. And like I'm really hoping with them doing stuff like this that'll allow other series like Paper Mario that like locked itself to just basic for so long to expand, to branch out more. You know, I want more creative Mario. And I'm really happy that Mario Wonder is pushing more creative Mario. Yes, I love that. Keep on doing it. Please bleed over to the other parts of the Mario franchise. The sports games, the RPGs, please. Mario Wonder is really good. The boss fights in this game are fucking atrocious. They're so bad. They're terrible. They're terrible. The final boss, pretty good. Literally the only one. But Mario Wonder is really, really good. I don't think it's a 10 out of 10. I don't think it deserves all the hype it's gotten. But I think it deserves a large majority of it. I do think the Wonder effects grow a bit stale and get a bit repetitive, because they do use ones that are the same or very, very similar a few times. And I wish they had a bit more variety. But that's a minor complaint. Overall, the Wonder Flowers are really good. Really like Mario Wonder. Looks like good. Would be fun. It is fun. So, here's one of my controversial takes on here. I am putting Starfield at the top of excellent. I know a lot of people do not like Starfield. I know a lot of people do not like Starfield. I loved Starfield. I think being the Starborn is fucking stupid. I think there's way too many loading screens in the game. I think the jail segments are... Being able to go into experience debt is one of the stupidest ideas. I think the main story itself is too short. But I would be lying if I said I didn't have a good time from when I started this game to when I ended it. I loved pretty much all of what I played of Starfield. And I think it's really worth noting as well that the only other Bethesda game that I have ever played before this was Fallout 3. You know, I played like an hour or two of Skyrim here or there, but Fallout 3 is the only real Bethesda game played before this. So I don't know if that has an effect on it. I've heard a lot of people say it's really similar to like Skyrim, like their other ones, but I didn't really play those other ones, so that might be an effect on it. But I really enjoyed Starfield. I really, really enjoyed Starfield. Pokemon Unbound. I can definitely understand why this is considered to be one of the best Pokemon ROM hacks. I thought it was really good. I thought it was really, really good. I think we'll put you... here. Yeah, I think we'll put you there. Yeah, Pokemon Unbound is just a really good ROM hack. It's just a really, really good ROM hack. I think the main issue I had with it is it was really easy to get lost. I got lost so many times in that game. But beyond that, I didn't really have any issues with it. I had a lot of fun with it. The story kept me interested. The level curve was pretty good from what I remember. And I, you know, for like unique story ROM hacks, right? Because we're seeing a lot like Radical Red or Inclement Emerald or just like difficulty hacks now. But like full conversion hacks, I think Unbound is really, really good. Highly recommend it. Definitely deserves like the hype it gets as like a lot of people's best Pokemon ROM hack. I can understand that. Can definitely understand that. I think I'm more of a glazed guy myself, but Unbound definitely deserves the hype. Unbound definitely deserves the hype. Just like Resident Evil 4 Remake, which I thought was excellent. Where are we putting you? I think we're putting you here. Resident Evil 4 Remake was really, really good. It was really, really good. I just I just realized my one of the best tier. There's not a single game that came out this year. And my one of the best, there's not a single game that came out last year. That's not gonna like stay true for the entire thing. I actually think there's one game that'll go there. But Resident Evil 4 is really, really good. I think the original Resident Evil 4 is pretty overhyped. I think it's pretty overhyped. I think it's good, but I pretty much anytime I hear people talk about it, it's like it's the best game ever. It's this, it's that. It's fine. It's fine. I would like yeah, like to me Resident Evil 4 original goes in good. Like it's fine. I think Resident Evil 4 original and Shadow of the Colossus are the two most overhyped games of all time. It's fine. But I think the Resident Evil 4 remake makes it so much better. I think it makes it so much better. It actually makes it scary. Yeah. Running out of certain things to say. Resident Evil 4 remake, pretty fun. I liked it. Definitely recommend it. It's pretty scary. I don't think the original ever really scared me like at all, but this definitely does. It makes Luis's character like an actual character and improves upon Ashley. Definite positive over the original in every single way. To me, I really liked it. Let's go with, we have a few like visual novels on here. This is the original Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. I think it's good. I think a lot of the original Ace Attorney Chronicles is pretty slow, because the thing is, it is like just pure build up to, like if you play an Ace Attorney game, you know it's typical 4 to 5 case structure, right? With like the last case being like the major case, right? That everything builds up to. Then with the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, it still has like 5 case structure, except that case 1 through 4 essentially is the first game, and then case 5 is the second. Like case 5 is the entirety of the second game. And the original is pretty much just pure setup for the second one. And what do I think that's... So, like, just on its own, it struggles to stand just on its own because it is just pure setup. But what do I think that setup led to? What do I think of that setup? I think that setup is excellent. And I think I want to do... that. Yeah. I think that setup leads to an incredible game. I think the case stretches on way too long. I think it stretches. It's, you're used to case being a certain length, and this one stretches so much past that. It's an entire fucking game. But I think that case is one of the best cases in Ace Attorney. I think the final case of Trials and Tribulations still tops it for me. But like the ambition and scope and everything of the final case, which is the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles 2, is so good. It is so good. The twists, the turns, the betrayal. I do definitely recommend the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles on Switch. The first one is pretty much set up. It's a bit slow, pretty slow. But it is very much worth the payoff. And you'll still enjoy the first one. But it is pretty much just set up. I also played the second Rogue Legacy this year. And I thought it was pretty great. I had a lot of fun with it. Improved on the original in pretty much every way. More traversal options, more unique class options. Rogue Legacy 2, really good. They're like a front runner for the roguelike genre for a reason. If you like platformers, definitely recommend Rogue Legacy 2. Enjoyed it quite a lot. Definitely, if they make a third one, picking it up. I really enjoyed both Rogue Legacy games, but I only played 2 this year, so that's why only 2 is here. Another roguelike I played is Wild Frost. which I thought was quite good. My major complaint with Wild Frost, and like it's a pretty big complaint that drags it down quite a lot for me, is there is so much going on at once. It's a like deck builder roguelike. There's going on at once, so many effects going on at once. Like I struggle to keep track of everything that's going on at once. And that's someone who plays a lot of deck builders, a lot of roguelikes. Just too much. Too much. Like make it a bit easier to understand for the player, and I think this could go up. Art style's great. Combat's fun. Or combat. Like gameplay's fun. Yeah, I recommend Wild Frost. I still definitely recommend it. But it just be aware. You got a lot of balls you gotta juggle. A lot of balls you gotta juggle at once. A lot of balls you gotta juggle at once. Like WarioWare Inc. The micro game collection. The epitome of juggling a lot of balls at once. It's pretty fun, you know. You can tell it's the first WarioWare game that they're still like figuring it out, that they're still figuring out what to do. It takes you like an hour to beat, but it's fun, you know. You have NSO, definitely play it. You won't regret it. Won't change your life, but hey, you'll have a good time for like an hour or two, and you got NSO, so why not? A free game that you should absolutely play if you have not already, because it is phenomenal. It is far better than it has any right to be. People are going to call me crazy for placing it so high. I'm trying to figure out, it can go right here. The Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah, The Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. I think it is plain and simply a Sonic Danganronpa fan game, but it does that perfectly. It does that perfectly. I think The Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog is so good. I think it's one of the best Danganronpa fan games I've played, very genuinely. You know, it's not life-changing or anything, but it was an absolute blast for like the 2.5 hours I played it. 2 hours? I don't remember. But I remember from the start to the end, I had a massive smile on my face. I had so much fun. Highly recommend it. It's free. It's very free. But something that is not free, and I cannot recommend, is Far Cry 6, which I thought was so incredibly fucking boring. Like, oh my lord. I went into this game, yeah, top of you should be ashamed. I went into this game wanting just a mindless shooter. I just wanted to not think. I just wanted to not think and shoot things. That was the goal. That was the kind of game I wanted to play. And Far Cry 6 was so boring. It was so boring. I could not sit through it for more than like sitting down to play it once. Like they had some new weapon upgrade system to manipulate this and do that, and it was so boring. So boring. I simply could not care. Ooh, pineapple candy. Yeah, I can't. Far Cry 6, super boring. 3's great. You know, I had a lot of fun with Primal, had a lot of fun with 5. A lot of people like 4. Don't play 6. So many other Far Cries that are so much better. Let's do this. So there's this mobile game that I've been playing called Idle Cave Miner, which I'm just gonna I'm gonna bomb it good. It's like Cookie Clicker, and you know Derek likes his idle games. Except you got guys who mine. Mind blowing. I'm at floor like 5,000 something. I like it. It's an idle game. You know, there's not much else to it. So, to start off the year, one of the games I was the most excited for was Fire Emblem Engage. I enjoyed Fire Emblem Three Houses quite a lot when it came out last year. I enjoyed it quite a lot when it came out a few years ago, so I was really excited for Engage when it was coming out last year. And I gotta say, I enjoyed Engage quite a lot. I think we'll put you here. Yeah, I enjoyed Engage quite a lot. I enjoyed Engage quite a lot. I definitely don't think it's anywhere near as good as Three Houses. I think Three Houses is a lot better than Engage, but you know, as we've talked about quite a few times here, Lisa, Dishonored, Dishonored. Where's another one? Whatever, you know, Pikmin. Just because I don't like it as much as what came before it doesn't mean that it's bad. It's still good. It's still worth playing. I think Engage was a lot of fun. I think it focuses a lot more on the combat instead of the story. The story is kind of really stupid. And it's definitely something that holds the game back for me. I think the story is really stupid, but the gameplay, so much fun. The gameplay's so much fun. Definitely recommend Fire Emblem Engage if you like Three Houses. You know, just know it's not as good as Three Houses, but as long as you're fine with that, again, an 8 out of 10. Just because an 8 out of 10 isn't as good as a 10 out of 10 doesn't mean an 8 out of 10 is bad. An 8 out of 10 is still really good, still really worth playing. Just not as good as the original Three Houses. Three Houses wasn't the original, but Three Houses. I enjoyed Engage quite a lot. Very much looking forward to whatever comes next for Fire Emblem. I'm definitely going to play the DLC this year as well, because I haven't gotten around to that yet. Speaking about DLC, I am so sad that Tears of the Kingdom's not getting any. Oh, I'm so sad that Tears of the Kingdom's not getting any. I never played the ones for Breath of the Wild. I still need to do that. But I'm so sad that Tears of the Kingdom's not getting DLC. There's nothing to talk about here, right? Actually, no, I do that. Yeah. There's nothing to talk about here, right? No, yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, there's nothing to talk about here. It's Tears of the Kingdom. It's Tears of the Kingdom, right? If you have existed on the internet for any amount of time this year, you know Tears of the Kingdom is phenomenal. Oh my god, it is such a good game. It is amazing, following up Breath of the Wild, which was considered one of the best games of all time, which is very understandably so, and putting it to shame. Breath of the Wild looks like a beta build compared to the Tears of the Kingdom, and that is so funny. Tears of the Kingdom is really, really good. I miss it quite a lot. It took in like a solid month of my life where literally all I did was eat, breathe, and sleep Tears of the Kingdom. And I regret nothing, man. I had so much fun. If you haven't played it, you need to play it. Just forfeit yourself to it for a while. Enjoy yourself. Have a good time. I'll see you in a while. Metroid Dread, I really, really liked it when I first started it. When I first started Metroid Dread, I really, really enjoyed it. However, the last third of the game just sucked. Oh my god, the last third of the game made me want to rip my hair out. I hated it. I had so much fun. The first half of the game, Cloud9. Loved it. Then it started going down a little bit, and I was like, okay, I'm still having quite a lot of fun. And then it kept on going down and down and down, and God, the last third of this game sucked. I was so lost. You have to keep on fighting the same mini-boss every other room. It gets old. The final boss was fun. Bit annoying, but fun. I like Metroid Dread. I definitely like Metroid Dread. I really understood the hype for the first half. It really dropped off for me. Ghostwire Tokyo, which I think is just good. Good. I think Ghostwire Tokyo is another game that just kind of lives entirely on the vibes, lives entirely on the atmosphere. Because the gameplay itself is super simplistic. It's supposed to be this magic system, and you got wind and water and fire, but it just, your wind is a pistol, your water is a shotgun, your fire is a grenade. Just reskinned. It feels very generic for the look and feel it has. I did play through the entire thing. I couldn't have cared less about the story. It never interested me. But yeah, it was fine. It was fine. I was really pissed off because I bought it. It's like $30. I've been wanting to play it for a long time. And then it went on the Xbox Game Pass the next week. So I was like, wow, that feels great. Pac-Man World Repack was fine, I guess. Yeah, it was fine, I guess. I'm glad it's back. I really hope they remake the second one. The second one's the one I grew up with. I played the original Pac-Man World a couple of times as a kid, but the second one was the main one I played. I think it was a really cheap remake. I think it was really cheap. I don't think they put a lot of time, effort, or money into it, and that shows. But I had fun with it. Saints Row 4 was fine, I guess. It's another one. I was really bored the entire time I was playing it. Like, it never really grabbed me in any sort of way. I don't, like, after finishing GTA 5, when GTA 5 came out, it was getting compared to Saints Row 4, and people were like, Saints Row 4 is great, Saints Row 4. You know, I heard a lot of people talking about it. I was like, okay, I really enjoyed GTA 5, let me play Saints Row 4. I probably won't like it as much, but, like, you know, it's just, I feel like playing something similar. I was really bored. The superpower is so super lame. It didn't feel like, I really enjoyed Saints Row 3. I love Saints Row 3. It's just Saints Row 4 just kind of, it was really boring. It was really, really boring. Another thing that was really, actually most things I got left here I mostly like. I think Super Hot's pretty great. I think it's the most innovative shooter in years, even though it came out a few years ago. Yeah. Upon replay, I played a few years ago when it first came out, and I'm replaying it right now. I like it. Definitely doesn't, at least to me, feel like it holds up as much on a replay. Kind of feels, I don't know why it feels like it's stretching on, but Super Hot's still great. Super Hot's still great. Still the most innovative shooter in years. Pretty cool. I really like Resident Evil Revelations more than I should, and I think a large part of that is that's the first Resident Evil game I played. Shocking, I know. I played this on 3DS when it first came out, and I fucking loved it. We played it on PS4 a few years later, and I was like, wow, you can tell this is a portable game that was ported to a console. It does not feel like it fits. I played through it again on Switch this year, and I still really enjoyed it. Really like Resident Evil Revelations. You probably won't like it as much if you play it, but I had a lot of fun. If you're looking for more Resident Evil games, this is definitely one to play. I like it a lot. I have no other words besides that, but Resident Evil Revelations, pretty cool. Let's get our last Resident Evil game out of here. I think Resident Evil Village Shadows of Rose is pretty great. I think it's pretty great. We'll put you... yeah, I'll put you there. Yeah. No, we'll do that. Yeah, there we go. I think Resident Evil Shadows of Rose, pretty good, pretty good. Having a Resident Evil game with like superpowers is really interesting. I thought I wouldn't like it. I liked it quite a lot. They made it work quite well. Getting to explore Rose as a character, really cool. Getting to go back to the areas from the original Village, pretty cool. I like it more than Village. I think a lot of the segments are more interesting. The dollhouse is more interesting. The dollhouse is pretty genuinely creepy. Combat's pretty good. I really like Shadows over Rose. You know, definitely had some like downsides, but overall I really enjoyed it. I thought Process of Elimination was pretty good. I thought it was pretty good. I think the major issue with Process of Elimination is like the way to like solve the trials or the cases or, and you know, equivalency. It's like a board game in Process of Elimination, and that sucked. Which is obviously a pretty big part of the game. It fucking sucked. The board game section of this game was atrocious. However, I loved most of the characters. I really enjoyed most of the characters. The story kept me interested the entire time. I think the resolution was phenomenal. Story-wise, I think Process of Elimination, so good. So incredibly good. The trials suffer, unfortunately, but if you can put up with that, and you're just mainly interested in the story, I could not recommend it enough. The story of the Quartering Duke, figuring out who the Quartering Duke is, how the Quartering Duke commits his murders, so cool. So cool. So cool. I loved it. I really love the story of this. If I was thinking just story, it would go up here pretty easily, maybe even here. Unfortunately, there is more to it than just the story. So you think I might put you there? Yeah, I think I'm going to put you above the original. So, the thing about 2023 is that I have discovered my new least favorite game of all time. A game that I don't think has a single good quality about it. A single redeeming quality about it. I think the graphics look like shit. I think the characters are annoying as hell. I think the story is incredibly stupid. It barely runs. Master Detective Archives Rain Code is the worst game I have played in my life, and the fact that anyone likes this game astounds me. The fact that there's like a cheer parade for it on Twitter astounds me. It was fucking terrible. I couldn't finish it. I hated literally every second I played it. I tried putting it down for months and coming back, and I hated it even more. The more I think about it, the less I like this game. Master Detective Archives Rain Code is a disappointment in every single sense of the word that could possibly apply to anything in life. So it's going at the bottom of you should be ashamed. Because they should be. But Pokemon, people who should be ashamed for what they're doing now, should not be ashamed of Pokemon Black 2. This game is excellent. I think it's really good. I think Pokemon Black 2 can go... I'll put you at the bottom of excellent. I think it's better than a lot of the games above it in excellent, but the games above it in excellent, I just enjoyed more. I do think it's better than most of them, though. Pokemon Black 2, I don't need to explain it, so I'm not going to. I'm kidding. The Pokedex is awesome. I like the 2D sprites quite a lot. It's the last game we got with the 2D sprites. I think it has the largest selection of Pokemon available to use, to choose, to have on your team. Gym leaders, cool. Like them. Fun. Pokemon Black 2 is just really good. It's just really good. Hyrule Warriors is also really good. I'd probably not put it top of good. I think Hyrule Warriors... Nah, I'll put you at the bottom of great. I think Hyrule Warriors is pretty great. I think it's really fun. I think if I was more into Zelda, like, I like Zelda. I'm not a massive Zelda fan, but I definitely like Zelda. I respect it, I appreciate it, I like the series. If I think if I was more into it, I'd like Hyrule Warriors even more, but even without being, like, the biggest Zelda fan in the world, I think it's a lot of fun. And so our last game, if you know me at all, you should know exactly what game it is and where it's going. Slay the Princess is easily the best game I played last year. It's not even close. Slay the Princess is also easily one of the best games I have ever played. It's not even close. Like, I could honestly have a separate tier for these top 3 games that puts them in a tier above the rest of the games in one of the best. And then even in that, I could have a tier that puts Slay the Princess noticeably above Smile for Me and Lisa. Slay the Princess is a fucking masterpiece in every single sense of the word. Visuals, astounding. Story, astounding. Message, astounding. Art, astounding. Voice acting, astounding. Absolutely gorgeous in every sense of the word. absolutely mesmerizing in every sense of the word. Slay the Princess is one of those, like, it's a very special game to me. It's a very, very special game to me that I cannot recommend enough. Yeah, I think it's quite, oh my god, I love Slay the Princess. Everything about it does absolutely everything for me. It's so good. It's so good. Loved it. Loved it. Loved it. Yeah, this is everything I played last year. You know, we got a pretty top heavy list. Well, that's good. I typically try and play stuff that, like, I know I'll like, or, you know, I hope I like, or, you know, I like most things. I try to like most things. I try and find the positives in a lot of things. Anything. Maybe Borderlands 2 should go back at the top of good. I think I put you down, swap you up. Okay, yeah, Wild Frost, I'm sorry. There we go. That feels better. Yeah, this is my list of everything I played last year. I don't think I'm missing anything. Yeah, no, I'm excited to see what this year turns out. Like I was saying earlier, I got quite a few games that I'm wanting to play through this year, so we'll see what happens there. We know how good Derek is about doing stuff like that. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with me today. Thanks for chatting. I'm not sure when I'll be back next. Like I said, I just kind of wanted to do this today and focus in a lot on just myself, my personal life, my personal happiness, all that kind of stuff lately. But there'll be a time and a place where we all get together again. But until then, thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.